Good morning. So right now we currently have our students getting ready for their horse showmanship show. Right now they're kind of just walking their horses around the ring, taking a little practice run before we fully get the show started. The primary purpose of this show is to basically show the audience how well the owner and the horse can work together. These animals are not going to auction for slaughter, so this is a strictly showmanship show. And the judge is going to ask them to do a certain pattern and walk in this pattern, and they have to follow it. And then at the end, the judge may ask them a series of questions about just general knowledge about their horse or even anatomy questions as well.
So have you ever shown a horse before?
I did. So whenever I was in FFA, I showed my horse all 4 years. And it's crazy because the judge that's judging today, she was the same judge when I was here.
What was she before, do you know?
What?
What was she before, like a teacher or
Oh, yes.
ag teacher?
She used to be an ag teacher in Waller ISD. And she also does horse judging as well.
And how do you think like the daily life was having a horse?
It's a very busy routine. Takes a lot of upkeep, a lot of responsibility, cleaning up after them, feeding them, your daily grooming, all those types of things to ensure that they keep their overall physical health in good standing.
What was like the hardest part of you racing a horse for FFA?
I wouldn't say it was really hard because I already had a horse as my pet, so I still had to take care of her anyways. So it was just another added on responsibility with the rest of the animals that I raised. But raising her, it was a bit more difficult just because I had a mare, which is a female horse. So she had her times of the month when she would be very moody and didn't want to do anything with anybody. But other than that, it wasn't hard. It was just a little bit extra practice to prepare for this show, and that was pretty much it.
Were you able to place for your show with the horse?
Yes, I did. So actually, my first year showing, I think that was the first show that had the most horses. I think there was maybe like 12 to 14 of us showing. And I was so nervous because I was a freshman, so it was my first year. I had no idea what to expect. And I remember the judge calling me and one other student back into the ring, and she started asking us anatomy questions about our horse. And that was what was going to determine our placing because we were tied. Luckily, I knew my anatomy, so I got third place out of all of them. So that was my first year. I want to say the year after that, I got reserve grand champion, and then I got grand champion, and then reserve grand champion after that.
Did you do the same horse all 3 years of your show?
Yes, I did. So if you're watching in the arena right now, the judge is walking them through the pattern she wants them and their horses to follow. So a lot of times, if you see that orange cone, she'll tell you to maybe trot with your horse, which is basically just jogging. And she's going to want you to make a complete stop at the cone. You're going to stop and wait there for a couple of seconds. And then she's probably going to ask them to do some type of turn and then set your horse up. And then that's when she's going to come and ask them the anatomy questions.
And how was like the workout routine, or what did you do for your horse to like get him ready for show?
What I would do is I would also get a cone and I would set it out just like that because my ag teacher kind of gave me the guidance of what to expect. So I would just go to the barn and I would practice that. Luckily, though, the horse that I did have, she was a retired show horse, so she kind of knew most of the stuff already, so I didn't have any problems with her. And so overall, she would show pretty well. So I didn't have too much to practice on, just a few pivots here and there.
Do they have to go to a certain speed? Because I see they're like running kind of at certain points.
Yes, so that was like the trotting that I was telling you about. So trotting is horse terms, but jogging are terms basically. And so that's what they have to do. You don't want to go too fast, but you don't want to go too slow. You just want to have that little light speed. And then you also too want to make sure that your horse is jogging next to you instead of you trying to pull it, because then that doesn't look good either.
And today we only have 2 horses?
That's what it's looking like, 2 horses. So a student from Aldine FFA and a student from Nimitz FFA. Hey, David,
Yes.
what do you call a horse that lives next door?
I don't know.
A neighbor.
Well, look, we got our first horse here. Wait, do they show one horse at a time?
Yes, you're only bringing 1 horse and showing 1 horse. So he just did his little trot to the cone. He stopped. He's keeping that eye contact with the judge. She's probably going to look at him, give him that nod, telling him to continue on. And then we'll see what happens next.
And what's like the primary things that the judge looks at?
With her, the biggest thing that she normally looks at is how well the horse and the owner are working together. This will show the judge if they've been working together or if they haven't been working together. And then the overall grooming appearance on your horse, because this is a showmanship show. So you're going to want them to be the best groomed possible. You want them to look really sharp and clean, because you wouldn't want to bring a dirty horse into the show ring, because since this is showmanship, they got to look the best possible. And right now, she's walking around, so he's following into, it's called 4 squares. You're basically cutting your horse into 4s. And you just
Our
never
judge
wanna
for
be
our
the
equine
same-
showmanship is Miss Erica Miller.
the same
She has been
square
a
as the
faithful judge for the Aldine Horse Show for countless amounts of years. She has trained and assisted many students in the ability to raise and show horses in our Aldine ISD show. Let's give her a round of applause.
So to go a little bit more in depth with showmanship, this is a skill and technique an exhibitor uses to present their animal in the best possible way during our livestock show. It's not just about the animal's quality, but how the exhibitor handles and displays it. Good showmanship includes proper positioning, maintaining control of their animal, and keeping the animal calm and focused while moving around the ring. So the exhibitors are judged on their ability to showcase their animal's strengths, their attention to detail, and how confidently and smoothly they move their animals through the show ring.
And like for this show, is there like points she adds up or anything? Or like, what do you think she's doing in the journal right now?
Yes, so if you see, she has a little journal in her hand. So she writes out basically all the
Our
points
sponsor
that
for
she's
today's
looking
horse
for.
showmanship contest is Aldine Federation of Teachers. And we have Ms. Candace Houston here to present the awards for Aldine Federation of Teachers. Let's give her a round of applause.
So basically, she creates her own little scorecard of what it is she's looking for. So even though he's not in the show ring yet, she's already watching him and his horse and how they're performing, just getting ready to come into the gate. And then whatever direction she's telling them to do with the trotting and all of that, she's going to give them points on how well they did that. Did they stop exactly at the cone? Did they pass up the cone? Did they stop too soon? I know one of her biggest things, too, is always that eye contact, because in showmanship, keeping eye contact with the judge is one of very important things with that. And it's also just common show etiquette is keeping that contact with the judge. So during this, he's supposed to be setting up his horse into a proper show position. So with proper positioning, the animal should be set up in the way that showcases its best quality. So you want their heads up, feet squared, and the body in a balanced position. So also too, during this time, you need to control and make sure your animal's staying calm. You're staying calm, because with these animals, if you're not calm, they can sense it too. They feed off of your energy. So the exhibitor should be able to keep the animals calm, focused, and responsive throughout the entire show.
So basically, like for the first horse, he's already done, right?
Yes, so he came in and he presented already. So now this is our second exhibitor. And you could see right now she's asking him different questions about his horse. So you could see where he pointed to a part on the leg. So she probably asked a specific body part that was right there. So especially with these showmanship shows, knowing your anatomy is also one of the biggest things, because that can make it or break it for your spot as well, like I told you about my experience. So right now the judge is probably tallying up her final points to compare the two exhibitors. When she's done with that and has her final score, she'll invite both of them back into the ring. She's probably going to talk to them a little bit about what they did, what they didn't do, what she would have liked to see more of. And since it's only two exhibitors, she will also probably point out what one might have did better than the other, or what they should each work on. And then she'll go into their placings from there.
And like, as in for yourself, do you remember what score you got in high school?
Oh, I don't remember. That was a long time ago. It hasn't been a full decade yet, but we're almost there.
Good morning and welcome to the Aldine Horse Show. Will everybody please give our two exhibitors a round of applause? And gentlemen, if you would like to come back in, you can come back in with your horses or without your horses. I'm sure that there's a lot of people that have seen this before, some people that have competed in something similar to this before, but this is different than the other shows that you'll see during the Ag Show. During the Ag Show, you have confirmation classes, meat market classes, generally animals that are being shown that are going to be looked at for confirmation, whether that's to be a market animal later or whether that's going to be an animal that goes home and is being used for breeding. In the horse competition, what we are looking for is we are actually judging the competitor. This is a showmanship competition, so it's how well can they show your horses. Gentlemen, you line them up right here. What we look for, the things that I am judging on, there's 20 points possible. The first 10 points are based on grooming, fit of the tack, precision, control of the animal and how it responds to what you're asking it to do. And the big thing that I like is my competitor have a smile on their face? In a breed show competition, you will be based on how you look and how you present your animal. In an FFA competition, everybody has the same outfit. So the biggest thing that you can change is your personality and your smile. The horse is being judged on the maneuvers that are being performed. Can the exhibitor make it walk, stop when it needs to, transition to a trot, pivot on its right foot, square up, which is what we did at the end of the arena where I walk around and look at it. And the biggest thing on that is that if you notice, the exhibitors position their bodies in different places so that the judge can always see the animal, the exhibitor can always see the horse and the judge to make sure that they are judging appropriately. They are then asked to back, and the other thing that I do is I will ask them a trivia question based on anatomy. Both gentlemen did very, very well today, and again, I'm super proud of them. Today, the differences in the points came between the horses and whether or not they performed all the maneuvers correctly, and then also on the showmanship box down at the end. Did the exhibitor have their placement correct? In second place today, we would like to give a round of applause to Jeffrey Mooney from Nimitz. Good job, Jeffrey. And in first place today is Jose Farjado from Aldine.
There you go. All right. There you go, buddy.
Christian, go in there and take a picture.
You want me to get in there? Hold on. The password, it locked. 634. Oh, how you do this? You got the update. There you go. Oh, I got it now. I got it now. You got it now? Yeah, go ahead. That's it.
The results of today's horse show was Grand Champion Jose Fajardo from Aldine FFA, Reserve Champion Jeffrey Mooney from Nimitz FFA.